teammates, and it's going to be John here pushing all the way through bunker, has one gunfight to win. And that's going to be versus 4 Volts. This opposite flag run going to be stopped. John wins the gunfight versus 4 Volts, so it's going to not be able to get up on top of bunker.
You gotta run! You gotta run!
Getting
There's
the flag out of bunker. It's apathy behind
to
him.
the edge! Just around the corner! In 4 seconds, 3, 2, not to the edge, sprint bounce, and there's the score!
Huge play by Karma, getting the flag almost home. Krim there to put it in. Optic up 2 flags going in the second half. That is one that Envy could not have afforded to give up.
That one's painful. And now, is a 2-cap lead that scary when you're swapping sides? No, but to have it happen in that fashion with 0.5 seconds left on the clock, you're feeling that one for the opening minute of the second half, I think.
Oh, without a doubt. That is one I bet you Envy would have liked to have that sequence of events back. If they're only down 1 flag going in the second half, you feel really good about their chances to make this comeback.
It's looking like a Game 5 unless Envy could step it up. Now remember, when they eliminated FaZe, I think they were down 1-0 in this side swap. They got back-to-back caps in about 60 seconds to close out that series, so we've seen them perform well. But FaZe is not Optic Gaming. It's going to be very, very tough to do, especially with how well Optic's been shooting throughout the opening half of this one. Because look at it, every player positive outside of Formal. Crim6 is crushing. Not only has a smoke play been great, but the fact he's 15-7 now on a 3 streak. Look how many caps he's got to go with that. Let's take a little bit closer statistically. You don't have any returns for Envy. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, Krim has all 3 flag caps for Optic Gaming, both returns for Optic Gaming as well, so doing a fantastic job in the OBJ department and leading them in slaying.
He's doing
Krim has really come alive here in CTF.
Literally doing it all. Apathy wins one, but unfortunately one more player on defense, and now Slasher going to be left all alone. How do you want to see Optic play this? Obviously for Envy, you have to play with a bit of desire. As time keeps winding down, you have to get more and more and more aggressive, especially now where you have 2 down. But Optic, do you like how they're playing this so far, or do you want them to be a little bit more aggressive?
They do need to be more aggressive. CTF, we see teams give away leads and they just kind of camp in their base, let the other team push up all the way on the map because it doesn't give you a second opportunity to play defense when you get killed and come off the spawn. So Optic needs to play a little bit more aggressive, try and play towards that mid-map.
Apathy has gotten in behind. Can't win the one-on-one, though. Optic still holding strong. They haven't allowed really any pressure to get in. You saw you have some streaks that have developed for Optic Gaming. So I think I saw it was I'll have to check it.
The Lightning Hellstorm on
the Lightning Hellstorm. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Dart. Yes, Lightning Hellstorm, and here's going to come the Hellstorm. He's got 2 lined up. See you later. Actually, not able to find the one in the back, trying to open things up, and now John's going to grab the flag. Going to have to call the Lightning in as well. Will that connect? They're going to be in Mansion already. It looks like he has pinged it.
It's a smart play. He saves it for a second, knows they're going to go through Mansion. Now you're going to hear the Lightning come in from Krim. Just blocks that player off inside of Mansion. He gets 1. Team kills Karma, though, in the process. And you see, though, in the kill feed, it's Formal with 1, Scump with another. They're able to get the return.
It's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one for a flag score. He might be out. Get to the edge. Has to get the mid-map. No, 1 more behind. If he gets that kill a second earlier, I mean, he may still be in trouble. Obviously, mid-map very, very open. But still, you get the flag save. And that Lightning, the reason it was huge, too, is Apathy was camo, remember? So he might have been able to make kind of a sneaky play, but gets cut down.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world for Envy. They were going to need to get a pull to get Krim to burn those streaks. They don't get a cap off of it. But still, you have players pushed up. You have JCap inside of Mansion. You have players getting towards mid-map. You could potentially make another push. There's still a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, you have plenty of time. But obviously, it gets scarier and scarier here as the moments go on. God, this is starting to feel more and more reminiscent of what we saw in the Anaheim final versus Elevate for Optic. The reverse sweep Kings. Can they do it here? Formal has to get back on defense a little bit. Scump inside trying to find the kills. Able to find 1 free fire. The second not able to do so. Now control of Mansion coming in for the side of Envious. This might be a good chance for a solid push here as the green wall backed up into a literal wall here in the back of their base.
Yeah, they just got to pick up these kills and then try and swarm into the Optic base. You see JCap picks up 1. When Apathy pushes up, there needs to be another player focusing on that to trade that kill out. There's nobody there for Envy. John's going to get 1, putting a lot of shots down. The players in the back, and he's in a heat wave, able to get a second coming through bunker. So now this is where he needs a teammate to push through.
That's why he's pushing to Slasher. There he is. Like, Slasher has to come help him. Now he comes in for help. They're spawning them out in bunker. The assist comes in. There's 3 players here. They're spawning in bunker. 1 in the back. They're able to find it. Now there should be a flagpole. The flag comes in for Apathy. He's trying to get around the edge. There's players that might be able to track him down, trying to back him up. He's got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Almost going to jump off the map there as he's trying to get away. And again, the Optic Gaming defense holds.
I think if he would have just ran straight away and not have hesitated, I think he makes it into driveway. I don't know if he makes it all the way out Mansion and in the snow, and they score. But I think he makes out the driveway, and you see a lot of pressure being put on the Optic Gaming base. It's a good sign for Envy. They're getting Optic a little bit flustered. You see the chaos ensuing on the Optic Gaming side of the map. The only thing bad for Envy, they're not winning the fight.
This hole might be it. This hole might be it. You only have one player here with 45 seconds left. You're not going to get team pushes anymore. They're kind of stagger spawning now. Kind of like a 2-2 split. This is going to be so hard. They have to be flawless here. Win every single gunfight. One comes into his right, doesn't see him. Might leave his teammate to die, but they're able to find it now. 2 down for Optic Gaming. Here comes the push. You need a score. You need to pull right this second because you're going to have to rally this perfectly. Trying to hunt the kill in the back. Somebody has to grab the flag. You've got to go. Got to score almost immediately. The hold is in. Apathy's by himself. It's looking like a Game 5, baby.
And right there, we didn't actually get to see it from his POV, but Karma cuts through Mansion, comes behind 2 players, and takes them out just as Envy was pulling the flag. Another big play from Karma in games 3 and 4.
That is a 5-minute flawless hold from Optic. They don't allow anything to go through from the least preferred side. That was textbook.
Yeah, big win for Optic Gaming there, forcing a Game 5. They are so good at games 3 and 4. Now you know Karma just making some more plays. Crim though, and that one absolutely crushed. Goes 26 and 14, 3 captures of the flag, 2 flag returns. Big plays all across the board for Crim.
Crim, I mean, like you said, at one point during the game, I didn't see the final stats for him. What do you go, 26 and 14, you said? With 3 captures, 2 returns. I mean, he led in every single, least deaths, most kills, most caps, most returns. What the hell else can you do?
It's just an amazing performance from Crim, and obviously he was taking a lot of heat probably from his teammates, probably giving himself, a lot of crap from having a bad search and destroy game. I think he just needed to play better. He's really bounced back in the last 2 games.
And here we are on the cusp of a reverse sweep yet again. We've had what seems like 52 over the course of the weekend. Yeah. But guys, break it down. How did Optic hold on?
They're doing exactly what they did against Rise Nation. They fall down 0-2. Crim doesn't have the best first 2 games. He gets angry, Teep, and then he takes over. What have you seen from Crim 6? And I know you used to play with this man. This is not the first time you've seen this.
I think when Ian goes negative, he thinks the other team's insulting him or something. You see, he just comes back stronger than ever, and he looks visibly angry when he's playing. In the CTF, he did the same thing versus Rise. Basically, the first push of the game, they just completely mow the other team down. He goes through the bunker over and over again on the overextend, and you see he is fearless. He challenges every single gunfight with that SMG, and they just cannot stop him. You see, he ended up with 26, 27 kills, almost double positive using that SMG, and then later in the game, that's when he starts to slow down. But for whatever reason, these teams cannot stop him in the first half in CTF.
And we were talking about Apathy kind of having Crim 6's number for the first couple of games. It seems like every time there was that engagement, Apathy was winning it. Now the tides have turned. There was at least 4 times that I saw Crim 6 winning that battle. But it just seemed that Envy, after that first blitzkrieg from Optic Gaming and the initial gunfights, they scored in the first 30 seconds, and then they never looked back. Envy wasn't able to pull it back. What was going wrong for him, Joe?
I mean, we sort of talked about it pregame, when Envy plays well, especially in respawns, sort of Apathy is the one to lead that charge. Apathy and John, they just weren't winning those one-on-one duels in the base, not until the very end when they sort of had Optic on the defensive, but it was just too late, Optic's up 4-1 or 3-1, and Envy just try to put all the pressure they can, but those early pushes early on, they just weren't able to clutch up.
And I think if you're Envy, you have to play that less preferred side, probably a little more defensive right off the start. You cannot afford for a team like Optic Gaming to mow you down right off the start and get a flag. And once you go down, especially on a map like Stronghold, it's very hard to come back from, even if it's 1 flag. So giving a team like Optic Gaming that 2-0 lead or that 1-0 lead is going to be very devastating. And I think if Envy started that a little bit slower and posted up a little bit more and didn't let Optic run over him in that first 10 seconds, honestly, that could have been a completely different game.
The games are heating up, and now all the pressure is on Envy here in Game 5. They had Optic on the ropes in the first best of 5. If they would have won it, they would have had a rematch for the title. But now Optic Gaming is just 1 game away. I got to ask, we have a sold-out crowd here in Orlando. Are you guys enjoying this game so far? I'm going to do it one more time. How many people want to see Envy force a second best of 5? They're the Envy fans. And how many people want to see Optic Gaming walking away with another MLG title? The fire marshal has shut it down. They're not letting any more people in the venue, so keep your seat while you can, guys. This is going to be a good one. We're going to Game 5, and it's going to be on S&D Fringe. Fellas, what are you looking forward to most about this next map?
Formal sniper, to be honest. Is he going to go for those back barn wall runs to over towards Granny? I feel like he could be we talk about how snipers can easily be shut down on certain S&D maps. Fringe is not one of those. You're always going to get a nice line of sight over that middle of the map, which is really what you want to try and control. We saw Envy, counter with grenades, or try to on Hunted. It was working out pretty well. You can't really hit those same nade spots on Fringe.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, we saw Envy play this map early on versus Bittersweet, and they actually lose it. So, you saw John sort of use that sniper. It wasn't very effective. So in the first couple rounds, if I'm John and I'm not using that sniper effectively, I switch. I think you have to make team pushes with the team, especially on that offense, get that bomb down, and this is going to be a crazy Game 5.
Now, this is the first time we have seen Envy not go for that kinetic ban. We're going to see how it works out. Actually, sorry, for the S&D. Right, so we do see the Shiva, though. First thing they want to get rid of. Now we're going to see the overkill, overclock, and high caliber removed by Envy. Anything new here from Optic Gaming? This looks like the most standard S&D game we're going to see.
Yeah, probably a very standard game. I like the ban of the Shiva, especially with Karma using it pretty effectively this entire tournament. So it's props to Envy on getting rid of that. I don't know. Maybe you want to go for the SVG or Thermal or something just to make Formal kind of not use that Thermal sight, but I guess they didn't decide to do that. So this is going to be a very standard game. I'm going to expect Formal to go off here. I think the snipers, maybe if John gets his sniper going to him, but I'm going to look at the snipers from both sides on this map, especially a map like Fringe.
Formal is picking Psychosis. On the other side, it looks like that is going to be John going for Glitch. The only difference we're going to see in this search and destroy. Last search, it was Optic Gaming jumping up to a 3-1 start, and then it was Envy who just rallied back to take it 6-4. Time for final predictions, guys, before this game picks off. You were right on the last one, Replays. What are you calling? I'm starting with you this time.
I think Optic was outplaying them in the last search and destroy. I think they're going to take this. I think they're going to fix those mistakes.
I just really want to see a second best of 5. I really do. I just think this tournament is built for it, so I'm going to go Envy.
I don't want to see Envy get Anaheimed. I really don't. Right? I want to see another best of 5 as well.
Is it another reverse sweep, or are we going to see a second best of 5? We find out now. It is Game 5, Search and Destroy, Team Envy taking on Optic Gaming.
All right, make some noise. Game 5. Here we go. Optic Gaming kicking things off on offense. Krim, the GOAT, took control there in the CTF. Can he keep it going here?
You see how Krim's going to be watching the back. They're going to be trying to rely on Formal to pick up one with the sniper rifle, so we can jump on board with him, see if he can see anything mid-map, and clearly he doesn't. Now it's going to be Optic Gaming deciding which bomb site they want to attack. Obviously, the more preferred bomb site of the two is going over towards that B bomb site, and Formal has to be very cautious here, Maven, that nobody from Auto jumps over the top and tries to peek in mid-street.
We'll see if he can find the opening pick. John shows himself. Jiggle peeks it for just a second. When is the push going to come in, though, from Optic Gaming? He's ready for this. He's ready for the peek from over the top. It's good. Oh, my God, the timing. They're still almost able to snap on, but not able to do so. All right, let's see. They have to start to make a play here with 40 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to begin to push. Let's take a look at Scum's POV. He was kind of looking through L-wall and just trying to get vision here to see if anyone was protecting the bomb up close.
So we've seen Optic Gaming do this in the past, where they just don't give themselves enough time to make a play on the site. It's so important they get the first kill now, because 20 seconds left. You see Apathy in a perfect position to lock this down. As soon as they go for the plant, he's going to be able to take out this player.
In one kill might be enough here. One kill on the planter might get it done. Apathy, can he find him? Does the timing work out in his favor? Not going to check it. Bombity playing now. He's going to attack. Tries to get scuffed around the edge. Not able to do so. They're ready for it now. 2 left for NB. JCap and Slash are going to be in the 2 versus 3. 35 seconds on the clock. Now it's going to be JCap. JCap has the clutch. He's got one in the back. Should be able to win this gunfight. No, he does not. Doesn't see him. Formal guns him.
And Apathy, well, Optic Gaming gets a little bit fortunate there that Apathy does not see Scump cross to the bomb, because Optic does not give themselves a lot of time. They get first blood when they enter towards that B bomb site, but Apathy lingering in that corner. If they cross to the bomb site the other way, Apathy spots Scump, takes him out. That disrupts everything that Optic was trying to do there.
Well, he stops the play and gets that kill. Even if he dies, the game might be over, just depending on the timing there. But, yeah, they kind of get away with one to a degree. Let's see if John decides to... He's not going to have a Cypher in hand. Is Formal going to be... He's going to be using an SVG in the back. So depending on the push here... Oh, looks like it's actually going to come towards A. So the first gunfight might actually be with Apathy. And close corner, I've highlighted, is going to be Karma.
Now, Optic is going to stack over at A. They're just going to leave Formal by himself to watch that B bomb site with the sniper in his hand. And Apathy's going to get pushed right away. Karma with no fear goes in with the melee, able to take Apathy out. It's going to be Optic Gaming with first blood yet again. John answers back with a close-range SVZ snipe of Scump. Sick stuff out of John.
Well, I didn't think he had it because did he start with the VMP?
He switched.
He had to switch, yeah, so I was not even ready for him to hit that shot. Oh, Formal just gets away with his life across mid. Now, depending on where they decide to push, can Formal get in a position here to maybe shut it down? Oh, God, the timing of this may work out brilliant. Hello, friend! Formal with the headshot on JCap. Now going to be a 2 versus 3. John and Slasher have to make plays. John now going into top barn. He's going to be by himself 1v2, just under 30 seconds to work with. He knows there's a sniper in the back. Going to peek, not able to hit the shot, trying to turn it into a 1v1. Krim teasing him. Is Formal able to come up from behind?
Well, why has Formal not pushed him? Like when Krim is kind of toying with him in the mid-street, that's when they expect Formal to come on the pinch. Right there, they get fortunate.
Great stuff
They
from Krim.
force John to push Krim in the middle of the street. Krim wins it easy.
Krim gets it done, just bobbing and weaving, not giving John an easy shot to hit. You know, you don't know if you want Formal to push up with the RK5 or play patiently, make sure they kind of have all their angles covered. Regardless, it works out very nicely as Optic Gaming's able to take the round there.
Optic up 2-0 here in the Game 5 Search and Destroy. And this is what we've seen in the past, maybe. And once they get rolling, they're very difficult to stop. I feel like Envy needs to take this round.
Formal has yet to drop here as he's going to be 3-0, looking for any cross. Over the top is going to be John. Whoa. Misses one just narrowly.
By like an inch. And they're going to let Formal keep going for this pick. You see on the mini-map how defensive the offense is going to be from Optic Gaming. They're going to play very far back, not going to decide on a bomb site right away. They're going to try and make the defense of Envy rotate around. And there is a first blood from Formal, able to pick up John.
With the edge, Apathy backing down.
I don't know it. Yeah, about an inch. And this is where they need to start pushing Formal. He pops to that Psychosis. They're able to take him out in the mid-map. But what Formal did know is actually Apathy picks up John's sniper rifle. So Apathy has the snipes in his hand. Does not matter though, as everybody from Envy falls. Optic up 3-0.
Oh, God, this is feeling very familiar to their match versus Rise.
Yeah.
To Elevate final in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Never say die for this Optic team, man.
It's when you have an opportunity to close them out, you have to do it. It's the same thing we saw at Rise yesterday. They're like a second away. They don't do it, and Envy here may have given this series away back in Game 3.
Well, the crowd certainly behind Optic. You hear the chant starting as they're looking to close this one out. We're going to go with the offense now for the attack of Envy, but let's check the snipe just over the top for a second. I want to see if maybe he can hit the edge and get an angle. He's looking towards mid-map and not anyone pushing for that side, so it's likely going to be Crim6, kind of the lone man to deal with the pressure. Comes in, the wallbang. He's actually getting some shots in, gets backed up. Now, he will have some sniper coverage in the back. Remember, Formal was here to maybe provide some support. He's able to get the assist. Krim finds the first kill. Can Krim find any more? Tagging up Mini, but not able to close it out. Now the rotation coming across. You have the rest of the players coming in. Not able to win it. Now going to be on Formal and Scump. Formal drops in the back. Scumpy in a 1v3. It looks like they want to wrap the bomb, but he's able to find one. Now 1v2. Can't get it done. Envious, thank God they get on the board here. Cannot go down 4-0 or this is over.
It was a good first blood from Krim because what happened is Envy nades in towards the bomb site. They get that marker. They expect Krim to back all the way up. And Krim actually comes closer towards the bomb, closer to the door, and he's able to win that first gunfight. The issue there is the rest of the guys on Optic Gaming too slow to rotate over.
Well, I think he pushed up because Formal got the hit marker with his grenade from the back. So he gets the assist there. Krim knows he can find a kill. But yeah, just need a little bit more support. But God, if you're an Envy fan, you needed that round. What do you want to see from them maybe defensively here? Well, they need to get Cap going too, man. 0-4. It's like a Krim Game 2 performance.
Well, look, I mean, if Optic is going to play this far back in their base, take control of the map. Push up a little bit further on tracks. Push up into the tin area. Force Optic Gaming when they decide they want to make a push. That they can't go anywhere. And maybe sees the tip of Slasher's gun. I don't know.
I thought he did. Maybe Karma can get the angle. Well, we'll tell how Karma. Yeah, he saw him. He had to. You saw how.
Yeah, he had to call it out, Karma. But Karma does not have a good angle here to attack this, and now sees that the player has moved. Now the nade comes over the top. They know where Slasher is. Does not matter. Slasher wins one gunfight. John with another. Formal's tagged up from the nade in the mid-street. He's going to fall. JCap gets on the board as well. Stumped the last one alive here. And this is what happens sometimes when they play slow. Where
it's like Slasher baited them into that.
If Envy takes control of the map, when Optic plays slow on offense, they will have nowhere to go with the bomb.
Yeah. And there was so much, there were what, 2 or 3 players focused on trying to get Slasher once they saw him. Everything just fell apart. I mean, Slasher winning that initial gunfight opened everything up, and just like that, Envy's back into it. So now Envy's going back to offense, Matt. They haven't had a ton of success. Obviously, they're still down around here. What would you like to see from the offensive side of Envy?
I think they need to commit to a bomb site. If Optic is going to play this defensive setup with just Formal over at B and the other stacking at A, I would just push Formal all the way back at B. But you see John going for a crazy snipe over the top. Not going to get any vision on anyone. And you see now Optic, they've elected to stack the B site and have one player over at A. If you're Envy, you just beat Optic when they were playing in the slow play style. Why go to it yourself? I mean, you know what works. Just kind of go with it. Slasher gets first blood, though, taking out Formal. That is huge. Eliminating the sniper presence on the side of Optic Gaming.
John, who I just switched off,
Yeah.
saved JCap's life in a big way.
So John picks up 1 at the end of tracks. This is a round where Envy should win it and tie things up 3-3. Slasher picks up another kill, and now you see Krim, the last one alive here in a 1v4.
And this has been like really, really lopsided rounds these past couple for Optic, and that's 3 in a row from Envy. The crowd was freaking out. Optic chants going off as they're up 3-0. Envy not phased whatsoever. They climb right back in this.
Really good aggressive rounds from the side of Envy. Optic trying to play this slow play. Insertion destroy just not working out. I want to see if Optic changes things up, if they go fast here on this next push. I think they have to. They just have not given themselves great opportunities to win these rounds when they start playing slow.
Well, this time, just real quick, I'm going to watch the defensive side of this snipe, see what John tries to do. What's his route? How's he try to peek it? He's going to go over the top. Does he see anything? He's Formal! Not able to snap there, and look, Formal's put the sniper away for now. It looks like they want to get aggressive here, pushing towards this A site. You're going to have JCap ready in a very, very common spot. He's going to see one. There's going to be many to challenge him. Slasher, though, with him, able to find the first kill. Karma trading it out. Can they get the hold here? The grenade going to tag up and back them up. So everybody now, you'll take a look at the minimap, rotating out. It's going to be 3 versus 3. Let's see how they opt to attack this.
And they got a little bit scared there. I mean, when Krim goes out first, that second player needs to follow up right away. Karma picks up the kill. And once they pick up that kill, just fight that. It's a 3v1 at the bomb site. I mean, that guy's not going to kill all 3 of your members coming out of 10. Maybe he gets one guy, and as long as you knock down the shots, you're able to kill him. Then you have a 2v2 with the complete control of the A site. I think they just need to be a little bit more aggressive there. A little bit too hesitant now, trying to go back towards that B bomb.
A lot of pressure here for John to try and hit a shot. Saw one, tries to hit the quick scope. Remember, JCap was in the back, should be able to help him out. JCap watching from the backside. 3 players from Optic Gaming now pushing up. There's one on tracks. Karma's just staring at JCap, waiting for him to make a move here. John gets the kill coming forward. Now it's going to be JCap as he shuts it down. The 3-on-3 all goes the way of Envy. That's now 4 rounds in a row. Optic Gaming falling apart.
And Slasher's come up huge for Envy. 9-5 here in Game 5. JCap in the final kill cam, and what's kind of funny is like when John takes that like quick scope, like what are the chances of him hitting that? I don't think Scump even saw him, would have challenged it. If John just plays a little bit more passive, maybe he kills the player coming down tracks, maybe he's able to pop out the RK5 kill player on bomb, would have made it a lot easier for Envy to win.
I actually went to him because I thought he was going to get Karma pushing at the back track spot, but Scump coming across the top like that, I think scared him a bit. Shot. Now it is going to be Formal all the way in the back. Does he get an angle? He's got the M8, not the side. The camo coming forward. Slasher trying to find the kill, able to do so. First blood now for Optic. They trade it back, but 2 are falling, not able to win. It's out. Krim 6 in a 1 versus 3. Finds one. He has camo to work with. If he can turn this into a 1v1, has a great opportunity here to make a play. How does he plan to attack? Finds one. Tries to challenge. Tagged up. The pinch coming in. Tries to get to the edge here on track. They're both pushing. Not able to do it. 1 round away is Envy from pushing this to a second best of 5.
And honestly, this is something that I did not expect. When I saw Envy go down, I was like, oh man, this is like a typical Optic. No reverse sweep. They're going to make this comeback and just dominate Game 5. I couldn't be more wrong. Envy fights all the way back. 1 round away from forcing a second best of 5. And I think, if the tournament were to end here, Slasher's like got to be the MVP for me. I mean, he has just played insane the entire weekend. And now Optic Gaming on the offensive side of things. Let's see what they decide to do.
It looks like it's going to be a strong B hit coming out from the side of Optic. The one person they're going to have to deal with. You hear the camo going off. I think that's going to be Krim 6 trying to get through. It's a preemptive pop, but not going to find anything. No kills coming in, but at least able to wrap to the back. Are they going to make a play? Where is Apathy sitting? Apathy in a dangerous dangerous position here to get in and disrupt this. He's kind of between the stack. Are they going to be ready for it? Should find the first blood, able to find Formal. First kill coming in. Let's get the Barnes. The next challenge going to come through. Trying to win it is Crim6 tagged up and pushing back. John not going to be able to do so. 2v4, 1v4. Karma now has to win this to take the grand final. They're pushing up challenge, and that's it. We are going to a second best of 5.
And Apathy with a huge play there, hides in small door, gives up the B bomb site to the guys on Optic Gaming, and then comes through, takes out Formal. He knows that player's rotating out to watch the back of tracks, but the comeback started, and I mean, Slasher carried them during that game. I mean, Slasher goes 13 and 5. I mean, the next highest player, John, with 6 kills. An insane game from Slasher.
And you know, JCap kind of turning it on a bit, right? He started so slow. What was he, 0-4? He ends up going 4-5, so definitely turns it around in a big way.
And I mean, on the side of Optic Gaming, you have Karma goes 3-7, Formal 4-7. And it's not like Scump and Crim played lights out. They go 5 kills, 6 kills respectively.
It looked good early, but God, Envy still alive. Guys, how do they do it, and what are we looking at for our second best of 5?
Before we break it down, I got to ask Merc, just how you feeling? You did a happy dance at the end of that game.
I'm so excited, man. This is what I think everybody wants to see. We want to see this second best of 5. You know, it's going to be the best Call of Duty in the world.
We got a fresh series now, TP, but we got to break down this Game 5. First of all, let's talk about the first 3 rounds. Optic jumps out to a 3-0 start. How were they controlling the game early on?
It was largely due to Formal Sniper. When you're able to lock down that middle of the map, it creates that ease of pressure for the other team. You can have that lane to push up without fear of anyone doing anything back to you. But then all of a sudden the tides turned. Envy started playing a lot more cohesive on their offenses, getting to the bomb sites much more effectively, but that was due to Slasher. He was opening up with at least 2 kills every single time, no matter where he was on the map. And then, as soon as he gets that specialist, he camos to the back barn over and over again. We've seen it so many times, but you can't counter it. You just wall run high, and he's able to get so much control for his team.
Replays, was this Envy learning throughout the game and adapting, or is it just Optic changing things up and making mistakes? I guess, where did this game turn around? Because Slasher was clearly the difference maker. 13 and 5, he was putting up numbers, but there's got to be more than just getting that first kill.
I think this is a product of Envy adapting and Optic not changing, though. So Envy had something to adapt to. If I go up 3-0 and I'm Optic Gaming right there, and I lose maybe 1 round, maybe even 2, you go down 3, like it goes 3-2, you got to change the pace. They were playing so slow and individual.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw them rush once, except for when Crim had that active camo play, but even that, they didn't spot anyone back barn, so he uses his camo, and I always call it the blind camo. If you're going to blind camo something, it's such a waste. If you knew he was there, that's when you pop your camo and try and get that kill, like Slasher did. Slasher did in the previous round, but he's not doing that, so they kind of wasted that specialist. So honestly, I think that was more of Envy adapting to the same gameplay that should have been changed up. I think Optic needed a pacing change, and I just don't think they did it.
And if I'm Optic, after I just dismantle Envious and CTF by just running at them, just pure gun skill, one-on-one duels, I'm just 4-man pushing all over the map. If I'm Crim6, I want one-on-ones after one-on-ones after one-on-ones, and they're just playing around Formal, and I get it. It was
hit B, get the bomb down, do it till you lose.
It was successful for a few rounds, but like you said, it's a pacing issue. You have to switch it up. You have to pressure Envy. Like they get a pick at A, JCap's left alone in a 1-on-3, and they all leave. Push him, pressure him. He has an M8 in that back alley. Just trade that kill so easily. Just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, here we go. Even playing field after our first 5 games. Let's see how we got here. It all started with a strong start from Envy. Optic Gaming looking pretty solid in Breach hardpoint, but it was Envy and Apathy finishing strong. In Game 2, Optic up 3-1. Envy again with the comeback to take Search and Destroy. And then it was Crim6. He puts on a show in that CTF stronghold. You saw the whole team come together on evac, but they fell apart in the Game 5. The good news for Optic, this is their first loss of the tournament. They get to start fresh. They get a brand new set of maps. And now we get to see who truly is the champion in North American Call of Duty. Is it going to be our Stage 1 champions, Optic Gaming, or is it our Stage 2 champions, Envious?
Storyline's perfect. You can't make it any better. Basically, Envy has been on the rise. We weren't really sure if we were going to call them a top 2 team, but they're here. They just took a series off of the best team in the game, and now they're making a case to become the #1 team in the world leading up to XP. I'm super excited to see if they're going to be able to replicate what they were doing on maps 1 and 2 in this fresh set.
I'm not going to make a prediction, but if I'm Optic, I'm happy that Crim6 comes alive in games 3 and 4. I don't think they start off slow in games 1 and 2 like they did here. So I'm really looking at Crim. I think he's the difference maker for this Optic team. If he has a good series, I think Optic takes it.
All right, well, we are going to allow a quick break for our players. Let them rest up before the marathon continues. When we return, it's the second half of the grand finals, Envy versus Optic Gaming, live from Orlando.
On an 8-kill streak, 9-kill streak now, man.
Yeah, Crow's pretty good at COD, man. Like,
I heard he was really good, but he's really good at Call of Duty. And they win a couple, but that's it. Crim6 is on the bomb, and Optic Gaming has taken the game 7.
My name is Ian Crim6 Porter, and I play for Optic Gaming. So I've been playing video games since I was 9 years old. I really just fell in love with FPS games. It was really just something I enjoyed. I think with FPSs I was instantly good. It was just sort of a natural thing, but it always just depends on how much I play and how much time I put in, how much I dedicate myself to being the best.
You know, the first time I heard about Crim6 was at one of the MLGs in 2011. He had just made the transition from a Halo professional into Call of Duty, and there was a lot of hype behind that, and he was killing it, right? He was killing it and killing it, and there was a lot of coverage on that. Like Puckett was talking about it.
I want to watch Crim6 because last time he was in a search and destroy, the man went 11-0.
And then how easy the transition was for him to become a Call of Duty pro, to play at that competitive level.
It's just video games is something that I don't have a cap on. Like, I can always get better. I always think that I can get better. And, you know, that's what really motivates me to succeed in video games. The only real doubters I had was just my family when I was young, but they didn't understand. They were definitely like, what are you doing? Like, don't throw your life away. Whenever someone says anything negative to me, they, you know, motivate me even more. I'm going to be wanting to prove them wrong, and you know, it's just in my hands. It's in my hands. When they say something like that, it just motivates me. It drives me even more. Now it's a little bit different considering how many tournaments I've won and considering like how the amount of success that I've had. It was definitely the COD champs of 2014, I think. My teammate Damon and I won. The first place prize was $400,000, and I think it was at that moment they were like, you know, we can't say anything anymore. When I was going to college, I really had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I just knew that, you know, I like video games so much, right? It was just really hard and confusing. And I like to this day, if I wasn't playing competitive video games, I think I don't know what I would want to do. Call of Duty, I just saw my chance. I knew I had the talent, and I knew that if I gave it 100%, I'd be very successful at it, and that's what I did.
All right, so sort of a relaxing day today, not really doing much. I want to get a couple videos done.
I'm not shy anymore like I used to be. I used to be really quiet, really shy. And, you know, video games has actually helped me a lot with that. Now I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing streaming, I'm talking to fans every day. You know, it's just something that I've really got out of the box on.
I knew that if I challenged him to become a personality alongside the competitive player that he is, that he was going to be in a very good position. And luckily for me, he was willing to take the challenge. Luckily for me, he was funny enough to be able to do that. And the willingness to be open on camera is something that a lot of people don't get to see. So you put the camera in front of him, you're going to see magic happen.
I do feel like I've accomplished a lot in video games. I'm incredibly happy. I'm incredibly grateful for everything that I have right now, every opportunity that I have. And the one thing that I want the most right now, I want to be known as, you know, the greatest team player, at least the greatest team player that ever played, you know, whether it be, you know, motivating your teammates, doing whatever role needs to be done in game, you know, clutching up when it matters. I just want to be the person that, you know, people say, I wish I teamed with him.
And we are back. The break is over. The players are getting ready on the main stage for one more match. Envy has managed to fight their way through the losers bracket and take down Optic Gaming in our first best of 5. So that means we will have 5 more games. The first to win 3 will be crowned our MLG Orlando Open champions. I'm Chris Bucket, joined at the desk as always. We got replays, Mr. Merck and TP down at the end. Guys, before we get in the games, how's your day been so far?
I'm pumped up, man. This is what I've wanted to see the whole day. I was waiting to see if Envy was going to be able to have that test. They finally got it and passed with flying colors. They took the first series versus Optic, and, man, they look damn good.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you there. Predictions are going well for myself, so I'm having a great day. This is what I wanted to see. This is what we wanted to see from this Envious team.
I mean, I'm having a fantastic day. We're watching some great Call of Duty. This is probably some of the best Call of Duty we've seen like throughout my entire career. Honestly, this is probably one of the more legendary finals we're about to watch. I'm very excited. I'm very pumped up.
It's kind of crazy to see what's happened so far in Black Ops 3. So many top teams placing at the top consistently. We saw most of the teams back at Anaheim, returning now here in Orlando. Season 2 champions Envy, they're living up to the hype that they entered the tournament with. They've taken Optic all the way. This is the final match of the day, but we have no idea how it's going to play out. We've seen Optic on top crushing Envy. We've seen Envy with some ridiculous comebacks. But can Envy get it done? Can they just stomp out Optic Gaming in 3 games? Or are we going the distance once again, boys?
I could really see that happening again. I really don't know if they can take another hard point in a row. We'll have to look at the map set here in a couple of minutes. But, man, most of Envy's wins on that series right there were comebacks. They need to start out, or they, like throughout the middle of the game, Apathy starts to wake up a little bit and go on one of those 8, 9, 10 streaks. I don't know if you can rely on that every single time. You need someone else to step up. Overall, though, I have to highlight, JCap has been highlighted as sort of the liability for Envious, but he's been playing extremely well, so props to him as well.
Yeah, for me, again, if somebody's going to make a series with Optic, they have to take, you know, to me, it's game 1. I just think that hard point's so important. You have to make that series prolonged for as long as it can go. That's what we just saw in that first series. I mean, as soon as Optic gets hot in those games 3 and 4, you know, it was just over very quickly. So for Envy, I think game 1 is very important.
Game 1, you got to win that hard point.
Yeah, I think game 1 is definitely important. I don't know, though. I feel like those search and destroys Envy has played so well. I feel like the way these teams match up together, they're not probably going to take 3 respawns off each other. I don't think one team is going to sweep the other when it comes to the respawn game modes. It's really coming down to those search and destroys. Yes, do I think if Envy, especially on the second best of 5, comes out in map 1, electrifying gameplay, and they take out Optic, it's going to be so helpful. But in my opinion, I really think that Envy will be able to sneak out at least 1 respawn. If they play as good as they did and they adapt as good as they did in the search and destroys, I think that's probably the main point for me.
I just don't know if Optic's going to give up search and destroys like that again. I think they're going to make mid-match adjustments. They probably talked about it during that break.
Yeah.
They're going to play very quickly.
We're talking about this. So first time we saw a hard point, it was Envy banning that kinetic armor. That's Scump's go-to. Now they're going to also ban his secondary, the Purifier, for the second hard point. How big of a deal is this? Are they trying to solo out Scump here in this game?
I think so. Basically isolating anything that Scump can use to boost his KD ratio in any sort of way. I don't think the Purifier had enough impact to warrant a ban, really, but apparently Envy is thinking about that, making sure they're shutting down any aspect that could punish them.
To me, if they're getting rid of the Purifier, that means it's a stronghold. And I mean, seeing that War Machine picked by Scump, I mean, he could still do a lot of damage in that Bunker Hill.
I like the War Machine pick, and a lot of people say the War Machine's not effective. It's not effective. It's not a good weapon to use. People are very against it. I actually like it a lot due to the fact that, especially if it's in that Bunker Hill, you can bounce it off the walls, and also high caliber actually makes it through, which is another point. That's probably more important. We're going to talk about that, especially on a map like this. There's a lot of head spots that you can get ripped off. I think this kind of favors a little bit more of Envy. I don't know. They're pretty evenly matched, honestly. I don't really know.
I don't know what's going to happen. Orlando doesn't know what's going to happen. We're all about to find out, though. Right now, the specialists are locked in. This is game number 1, the second best of 5, and our map should be loading up any minute. Let's take a look at Stronghold for our first hard point. It's time to get into it. Let's send it over to our casters. Maven, Mr. X, take it away.
It is our second best of 5. Can Envy keep it going? It's going to be a long one, Matt.
If they keep it going, you may just...
I don't know how many...
This may be it for you.
How many energy drinks I've had, but I will be collapsing as soon as this is over.
Oh, there's a lot of empty cans over here at the caster, but it's okay. You're going to see Krim and Karma pick up kills here at the beginning. It's a good start for Optic Gaming. They flood inside of the hard point. High Caliber makes it through. It's kind of weird. I feel like at this event, we've seen High Caliber make it through a lot. Probably the most we've seen at any Black Ops 3 event thus far. We'll see how it impacts this game.
It certainly feels that way, right? Like every other match, it seems to be slipping through. But the pinch now coming in for Optic Gaming, looking for the kills. The hipfire on point there for Krim. Formal's going to grab 2 as well. And they're going to begin to lock down some time here in our first hard point. Krim ready to challenge JCap, not able to do so. We're going to focus on Optic Gaming a bit through this first hard point. We'll start to rotate over to Envy as we set up for the next. Actually, you know what? JCap's on a 3 streak. Let's go over to JCap. 5-2. I'm sorry, Cap. I jinxed that a little bit.
And I feel like Envy is a really tough matchup for this Optic Gaming team from the standpoint that they have the slaying that can kind of go toe-to-toe with them, right? They have 2 very good AR players in JCap and Slasher, and their SMGs are really aggressive. And the thing that is big about Envy, they're all smart players. They don't make that many mistakes. And the thing we've seen about Optic Gaming in the past is they capitalize on, a little bit miscues that the other teams make. You're not going to get many with Envy, if any at all. If anything, they're forcing Optic to make the mistakes, and then Envy is capitalizing on it.
Well, let's see if Envy can try to break in here. It's going to be Formal and Crew holding on for now. Matt, Formal drops. Scump tries to rotate in, able to find 1, 2 in a row for him. Karma next to him, able to find a kill as well. We've got 30 seconds left here inside of Mansion. It's been all Optic Gaming on the kill feed for the last couple of seconds. John finally answering, but Scum still holding strong in the corner here. Able to find 1, not able to dip and dive, turn behind. It's going to be a 2-streak jump for Karma. Can he make it 3? There's the 3rd. You see the spawn coming in for Envy. They're trying to push in the front. Unfortunately, not a team to be assisted kill there coming in for the side of Optic Gaming, but they've retaken the lead here.
Yeah, Karma and Formal both body stack, but Envy's going to give up the remaining time here as Optic Gaming has the lead. Envy's going to play for this half-wall hard point. It's going to be on Karma and Formal to get the spawns for Optic Gaming for this end.
Shots coming in from Karma, trying to back them up. Let's switch to Slasher's POV, as they're looking to hold down the back here.
And it's quite odd that Karma does not have on High Caliber there. If he puts those same shots down with High Cal, he kills that player on that spot in the back, and they're able to push through, potentially get the spawn points.
Apathy now, Matt has the 3 streak going. He's 5-7, but obviously heating up a little bit here in the past couple of minutes. There's nice shots coming in, tries to dip. Don't know if he saw the second there outside connector, but not going to matter. He's going to be 175 off the dart, so trying to build towards streaks. I'm going to switch over to JCap just because several players pushing him. He's going to get flooded almost immediately. Apathy and Slasher both on streaks, though. Slasher 5, can he make it 6? The shot's off. Apathy, though, trying to continue, and that's all the streaks dropping there. So those are big kills coming in from Optic Gaming, making sure none of those score streaks come in for the side of Envy.
It takes them a very long time to break these hard points, though. It's the same thing that we saw in Recharge Lane, where they were just not able to break them effectively. Like, when they get control initially, Optic Gaming is great at holding on to them. But just being aggressive and flying into the hard points and picking up kills, we have not seen that today.
Now it's going to be Camo here for Cap. See what kind of play he can make. Trying to get the top mansion set up, but it's a heat wave coming in, unfortunately, so he's not going to be able to find anything. The next rotation is the big one, though. Remember, what was it? Tipis got banned, Purifier got banned as well, so you're not going to have as much weapon utility for the bunker hardpoint. It's going to be a little bit more gun-on-gun, ability-on-ability. Not going to have something like a Purifier or Tipis to bail you out. JCap able to find a second there before dropping, but it's still Formal inside, racking up the time. Okay, as we kind of get a little bit of break here where the action goes crazy inside a bunker, what are your overall thoughts so far? What do you like from Optic here with a little bit of a lead?
I mean, I do like that Optic's been able to rotate, get control of these hard points early, and when they do that, they've been setting up and they've been doing a nice job. But I gotta believe, though, when you see Envy on the minimap, you see they're rotating towards bunker here perfectly, they're set up. I'm interested to see if Optic is going to break. They broke that snow hard point, but they broke it with using a heat wave. They're going to need to use some kind of utility to break into bunker, and I don't know if the War Machine's going to be enough on Scum.
Well, let's go to Scum and see if he opts to use this or use this after they get the break. What's the plan? You see the minimap, they're all going to be set up inside. Actually, he gets cut down before he even gets close. The rest of the team starting to push forward. They're all dropping as JCap and crew trying to hold, finding some kills though. Karma and Formal. Formal going to be starting to push forward. Actually, waiting for the team to push forward here. Scum's going to pull it out. He actually finds two there with the War Machine fourth in the corner, not able to do it. Krim though, in, Formal, in. The scythe is out, and now they've got to get it done. Can he hold the edge here? They're pushing in. There's one. There's maybe two, at least pushing it back for his teammate, finds the head there of John. There's one more to deal with, but so far, so good for Optic Gaming here in bunker. They should be able to hold the final 10 or so seconds and build a bit of a lead, get a little bit of separation here over Envy.
Yeah, it was really Scump, though, with the War Machine. I was questioning whether that was going to be enough. It definitely was. We have not seen great War Machine use during the CWL.
Rarely, yeah.
Usually, it maybe picks up one guy, and that's about it. Right there, Scump goes in and causes chaos with that War Machine, and then Formal follows it up with the Scythe, and Optic Gaming was able to get control.
Well, I'm sticking with Formal just for a second here because he's getting awfully close to these streaks. You can see he's 25 now. Off the dart, has a 4 streak, wrapping back to middle, should be able to find one. Can he find more? A player at half wall, also kind of the front of the hard point, should be more kills. There's another, there's full streaks. Formal going off, 6 in a row, 7th behind, 8th to his right, but he will end up dropping, but not before the damage was done. He was able to build those streaks. Where do you see those coming into play the most? The rotation to the next bunker, maybe in rocks, half wall, where do you want to see him use those?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could potentially use them at half wall or towards the end of that half wall hard point when it goes over towards snow, and you're able to break that spawn point all the way in the back satellite. That would be where you could see Formal use those streaks.
Well, JCap's in the back here trying to hold the rotation into the backside of Mansion, both going vertical over the top of him. JCap trying to react, able to find it. No, the kill not going to come through. It's still a tight game. 20-second advantage here for the side of Optic Gaming. We've rotated now into Mansion. First man in, going to be Apathy. Psychosis to work with. Some coverage up top from his teammates. So far, they're holding that for blue in the kill feed.
You don't see it, obviously, develop. But if you were watching the minimap during that, when JCap drops and the two players from Optic are playing for those spawns in that back cube area, all three players up for Envy turn and focus on getting rid of those players, then focus on the hill, and they were able to pick up 4 kills, 3 of them from Slasher, and they were able to hold it here early, and they come back into this one, but Optic Gaming still with a lead.
Yeah, so focused on inside the hard point. It was Slasher doing the damage outside of it. It was a 7 streak. I believe he was able to get the lightning as well, and Envious is right back in this. We should see a lead change in the next couple of seconds, and there it is. Envy now taking control. This is so reminiscent of the first hard point, right? Back and forth between these two God squads.
Yeah, and you see Apathy setting up in the back of the hard point. 10 seconds left. He's going to take the remainder of this time, and Optic Gaming is going to set up for this next half-wall hard point. See, it's going to be Formal all the way in the back with Karma, both setting up the spawns. JCap gets 1 kill over by Bunker. It's going to force some player movement on the side of Optic. And now the streak's coming in from Slasher. Not going to get anything with it.
I thought he was dead for sure, holding the back spawns. That's actually why I switched to him, to see if it would end up connecting. But he still stayed alive, still has these streaks. That's a camo player missing some burst, but finally able to find it.
Apathy's going to chase this player down the mid-alley. 2 players for Optic. It's going to be Grim and Karma. Formal comes in with a 2-piece with the Hellstorm, and Optic's going to be able to retake the hill. But these aren't great retakes from Optic Gaming because they're only getting these hills back because they're using a Heat Wave or they're using a War Machine plus a Scythe. Like, they're only breaking in with utility. You see on the side of Envy, they're able to get these good team pushes together and break these hard points.
Well, a bit of a streak coming in there for Karma. Matt Formal on 3 as well. Make it 4. Can he find the 5th here by half? Well, there it is. Prone not going to help you against Formal. He's able to keep the streak going, starting to build on these score streaks yet again, has a lightning yet to work with. But finally, will end up falling. So now another lead change. Here it comes. Optic now back in control. It seems like every single hard point is switching.
It's going to come down to who rotates the bunker faster and gets control of it. I mean, this has been so back and forth. Really, no separation between these teams. That's really going to come down to this next hard point. Once bunker pops up, whoever gets there first, locks it down, I believe is going to win this game.
It should be where the separation comes again. You saw it led to what, like a 40-so point advantage, I think, for Optic the first time through. Whoever gets this going to be going up in a big way. Karma, though, finding two. The third's inside. The shot off just a bit, and finally will end up dropping. It's going to be John now breaking in. John can't win the gunfight, but he's got Apathy here at top satellite to try and make a play. Checking around the back. Can't find the kill. And, I mean, outside of Slasher, look at him. He's 35 and 26. We'll stick with him through the respawn here. He needs some help from the rest of his team. Yeah. I mean, the two ARs are, well, I guess Apathy is right there behind him, but, I mean, he just seems to be so far out in front of everyone.
And Optic is set up a little bit better to break this. They're going to have Karma with Heatwave and Scump with that War Machine yet again. You see Slasher, though, was inside the hard point. He was throwing down trophies, so that's what's going to block that War Machine. And you see there's a big gunfight win up in
that is sick!
But look at that. It's 2 kills from Cap, 1 from Apathy, and Formal falls off the map. So that is a huge misplay there from Optic Gaming. It's going to be Envy with control of Mansion with Bunker to kick things off. John with a double Heatwave. Formal comes in, picks up 2. Apathy now popping in Psychosis, just trying to stay alive.
It's an absolute bloodbath inside. Everybody dropping. It's out. Formal pulling out the side, finding an assist. Everybody dropping. It's nades, guns, abilities, weapons, everything coming through to try and get the break. Optic still holding up, and contested now by Envy. They're all flying in. No one can get control. They can't get them to spawn out, so it's just a back and forth battle.
Oh my, well what happens there, that is a huge play from Envy. Formal uses the lightning strike, forces the players of Envy in the bunker. They go in a bunker and just wipe Optic Gaming clean of all their players inside of the hill, and they're able to take the lead.
John now on a 4 streak. It's yet another lead change. This one looks to come down to the wire, and look how close he is to that Hellstorm. Is he going to be able to pick it up? Looking to call on the lightning, maybe just ping. Where's it going to come in? Should be mid-map as the 2 players. Gets a little bit of help as well. And there's the call. Does he find the 1 kill he needs for the Hellstorm? Doesn't need him with a lightning. Gets it done with his VMP, and now they're looking to pull away. Here's a Hellstorm. There's 2 lining up. See you later, Optic.
And I don't hate that. He's going to spawn Optic out far away. Now going to use the Cerberus, and Envy's investing a lot into this hardpoint Maven. They're going for the kill shot here. They're going for the win.
John getting it done with the Cerberus. It's going to be him to close this out. Can they do it? Cerberus picking up kills. Finally, John going to drop after the 8 streak. He's Apathy wrapping in from behind, able to pick up the kill. And Apple also one and run. There's 2 for Apathy. Has Psychosis as well. 1 going to be pushing him connector, but they're still holding on. Can Envy get it done? JCap finding the kill. Finally going to drop. Is no one really picking up any points here? It's all been contested.
And if you're Envy, your main focus is to keep controlling the spawn that you have now and set up.
It may be Crim6 dealing with it. Are they going to push top? Are they going to push front? Here it goes, 15 points away. There's 1 win. There's a 2nd win. Crim6 going big, trying to close it out. The 240 mark is hit. Get up the game and get it done.
And you look at the mini-map and the clock, and Envy maybe has 1 really good attempt at trying to break this. Slasher gets 1, JCap with another. The pinch has to come in on Crim right now. It's going to be Scump picking up kills, Crim with another. And Optic Gaming makes the comeback, wins map number 1 against Envy.
Holy hell, you thought after the 8 streak from John, what more could he do? They were, what, 225, 230? You think they can close it out? They don't get another goddamn point over the course of that. Optic takes control, shuts it down in Mansion, and there's the win.
Envy invested a lot into that middle hard point. They used the Hellstorm, the Lightning, in the Cerberus there. They were not able to control the Mansion right away, and once they started to spawn out, they never got control again.
Oh, we've got a series. We have got a series. What a hard point that was. Pocket guys, take it away, please.
I can watch this all day, man. I'm good with this.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Huge plays at the end, especially Crim6 gets the 2 kills at the front door, stays alive, and finishes off Slasher. But when we saw Formal stand up, I just saw everything, all the emotion drained from Slasher's face. He has to be so disappointed because that man went off from start to finish in that game.
Absolutely unreal performance from him again. And it's interesting to note as well, the 2 SMGs on Optic went pretty negative, but it didn't matter. They were able to clutch up when it matters the most. Scump and Krim were able to clutch up. Scump got the intro two-piece at the end there at top tables. Krim was able to get to the bottom bar and get the two players at the front door. Just masterful gameplay from both sides, though. Really not too many errors, and that's why it was so close.
I mean, that was the big difference for me, right? Like, Envy, John gets those streaks, puts them down, have a Cerberus. They sort of contest that middle hill a little bit, but they commit to the rotation. And when you commit to the rotation, you just can't die, or you're going to spawn out. And I mean, like you said, Scum gets a two-piece up top, and really that just breaks that Envy setup, and they're forced to go through that front door, and they're just not able to do it.
And the hard point you're looking at right now, I thought this was one of the most entertaining. I feel like we saw every single score streak being used to fight for control of it. You saw it the first time around, the big battle with Scump and Formal winning with the War Machine and the Sight. And then later, Envy, they used up all of their score streaks and then just win a clean gun battle to get back in it. But guys, what was the big takeaway? When you look at the big picture here, what did you see most?
I saw absolutely flawless gameplay. I think we were all talking about it while we were watching this. If any team was really making any mistakes, they really weren't. I think the big turning point right there was those last set of rotation gunfights. Envy did have that rotation. They had their streaks. They got some points on that middle hill, rotated to that mansion hill, and right there is when Optic took them down. Scump and Crim6 clutched up. That was probably the turning point of that game. And also, to point out something, when he puts down that Cerberus, does he not have trophies on it? Did any of them not have trophies on it? Because I'm pretty sure it got taken out pretty quickly. That could be a game-changing play as well.
The other thing I want to touch on as well is the second bunker on the rotation. Formal used those streaks, force Envy inside, and when you do that, the other players can't get taken out. Envy was able to storm in, and that's what led to John getting all of those streaks. If Optic played that bunker properly, I don't think the game would have been that close going into the later seconds of the hill, but you have to give props to where it's due. The SMGs from Envy opening up the door again, sort of a second-half performance from them. They were, hanging around about even, and then all of a sudden they light it up. They get streaks, and that's what made it so close. What a game.
Pretty solid stuff, guys, and we're just one game in to the best of 5. Now remember back to the last series. It was Envy in both of the searches, but it was Optic who got off to a hot start in both of those games, leading 3-1 and then 3-0. Optic's got to close out the S&Ds this time around, and I have a feeling after winning that first game and now having the momentum, this could be the time to get it done. Our next map is going to be Search and Destroy on Redwood. Let's talk about general strategy before we get to the ban and protect.
The general strategy on this map is probably, you see most teams probably prefer the B-bomb site. You see a little bit of A. Honestly, you kind of see a 50-50 split in this tournament, but I think the B-bomb site's probably easier to get control of, I would say. I think you're going to see a lot of offensive wins on Redwood. Normally, it's usually the fight for who can win that first defense. And usually if you can take one defense and you keep that momentum and you stay like 1 or 2 rounds ahead of your opponent, that's really what people are trying to do.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is really just not giving up mid-map control on defense, right? You have to push out to that mid-stump. You have to get that bridge control because B-bomb is just so difficult to defend if you're not in those sort of certain specific areas. If you give up that bomb, you better have the tacticals or the nades to get those guys off of the bomb site.
I do not want to see teams playing for retakes on this. Get control of the bomb sites early. Do not let the offense just run rampant. That's when we see teams struggle, especially Optic Gaming. They were playing on that last series, the Fringe, way too slow. You have to get to the bomb sites. Make sure that Envy is never comfortable. Whoever is able to do that better will win this S&D.
All right, guys, let's take our time going through these ban and protects. We got Rapid Fire removed by Envy, the HCXD, Flashbang and Concussion removed by them. On the other side, Overkill, Shiva, High Caliber, and Overclock. Nothing new when it comes to Search.
I wonder if that Shiva ban by Optic, if that was meant to be a protect.
You think so?
Because, like...
You can't do that in a grand final.
I don't know. I'm not saying they did it, but, I mean, I don't know why you would take that out of Karma's hand, especially with how effective he's been with it all
on Redwood,
tournament.
It's pretty good, too.
Absolutely.
Just trying to force the M8 fights. We'll have to see how it plays out here. Our specialist draft should be coming up shortly. Optic Gaming is going to go first as we see Kinetic Armor secured for Scump. Formal is going to take Psychosis. Karma is going to lock in Heatwave. And Crim6 is going to be picking last with the active camo. On the other side, is it a mirror match? Once again, there's the active camo as always for Slasher. Apathy is going to be picking the Heatwave. John, is he glitching? He is once again. And JCap with the final pick is locking in Psychosis. So the only difference here, it's going to be that
what we've been arguing
That
this whole
glitch battle,
tournament.
man.
Something we've been discussing. Is it worth taking kinetic armor, or do you take that glitch? I feel like we just discussed this forever.
Honestly, I mean, normally this map, if you have Psychosis, you're going to go A with it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty readable. I feel like a lot of the, especially two of these teams, are not really going to fall for the Psychosis bots play. I kind of would have rather seen a Vision Pulse on this map. Only really this map. I'm not that big a fan of Vision Pulse, but if you get up towards the B building, you can clear out the entire B building and scare them away. And that is something where it's already easy to take away that B bomb control. So once you get that bomb down, you pop that Vision Pulse like 10 seconds later after the bomb, and you stall even more time. So I don't know. I would have rather seen a Vision Pulse over Psychosis, but it'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah, neither team really going with the Vision Pulse throughout the tournament here. Have not seen it too often on the main stage. But let's talk a little bit more about the key players in this matchup and tell me about the roles, because Redwood is definitely different from what we've seen on Fringe. It's going to be different from what we saw previously on Breach. Guys, what should we be looking out for on this map specifically? Who is the key player on each team?
I think it's going to be the bomb planners on either side. It's really up to that person to intro in onto the B bomb site pretty much, or even over to A in certain situations. For Optic, you look towards Scump to get onto B, Heglish the bomb, and use that stock on the SMG to strafe so fast left and right to make sure you get that intro kill. On the other side, man, I don't really know who's going to be that guy.
I would go Apathy.
Okay.
I think I played with him. This is one of the maps where either he took over or he shut down. Okay. So I would really like to see him challenge those one-on-one gunfights on offense, jump into that window, take some risks, see what you can do.
There's the map. It's time for the game time. Replays real quick. Where to watch?
Scump.
Scump it is. All right, guys, we are going into game number 2. Envy trailing by 1. Can they tie it up? We're about to find out.
Here we go. It's offense first for Envy. John not pulling out the sniper off the rip, but guess who is? Formal. No, he did. He had it on spawn. He actually switched, so no sniper here from either side early on.
Yeah, it's going to be a B stack for Optic on defense, and Envy's going to try and force it over towards B, but it's going to be Karma and Krim for the kill up. He is Scump with 1. Just like that, it's going to be JCap, the last one alive for Envy.
He's toast. He's toast.
Yeah, he's going to get pushed.
They pushed, 2 out to kind of mid-stump, 2 pushed up the close steps there, I believe, the bridge, and they just shut it down. Envy not ready for the pressure. And that's one of the biggest things in Search and Destroy we've seen in Black Ops 3, man. Mix up the defenses. Keep throwing different stuff at them.
Well, Envy probably was assuming that Formal was going to snipe.
Well, he
and you're
had
not
it
going
out,
to see an aggressive play out of the side of Optic. Optic just at the beginning of the round, smart play.
All right, now it's going to be offense here for the side of Optic, and yeah, that looks to maybe be the continued plan here. As you'll see, Formal has put it away for now. They want to apply pressure. Let's check John yet again. He's going to be going with the Man of War, and this looks to be, well, let's take a look at the minimap. You guys can figure it out. It looks like a pressure from Optic. Everybody stacked towards B, similar to what we saw from Optic Gaming on the other side.
And as soon as Optic doesn't see anyone at the corner or by that big tree, they need to just fly out of the bomb site like you're seeing now. So they're going to be able to get it down. Envy deciding which route they're going to take. They're going to send 3 players on a flank. 1 player going to play from the defensive side of the map. And the guys on the flank are just going to try and put pressure and funnel players towards Slasher. Krim wins that first gun engagement though. Puts some nice shots down. Takes out John. Apathy quickly trades it out, but the damage has been done.
Excellent stuff there from Krim. That 1 pop made it possible, but now it's going to be a 2v2. Now it's happening actually by himself. Has to clutch up, trying to get an angle. Only has 2 bursts left in this M8. Has got to reload. 20 seconds to work with. He's going to have to fly here soon. I just don't know if there's enough time to make a play unless there's a mistake from the side of Optic.
Or he can fall.
Well, I mean, was that, did he just didn't think he had enough time to do it? I don't think that was, it didn't look intentional, but I guess, it could have been.
It didn't look intentional, but I kind of get it, I guess.
Don't let the bomb explode. Don't give him the extra points.
Scump would have gotten the extra points. He's the bomb planner. He's 1-0, but I mean,
he only had 18 seconds to work with, I think, at that point. So not really a lot of time to find 2. But we'll never know. We'll have to ask him later.
1-0 with a bomb plan. I mean, it's kind of. I feel like it's kind of early to worry about that.
You would think.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how Optic mixes it up on defense this time. Obviously very, very different than what we saw the first time around. It looks like instead of hitting mid-map very hard, they're going to be applying a lot of pressure from the flank. Who's going to react? It's going to be JCap that's going to have to deal with this. He should have seen one on the cross. Surely he saw him come over the top. I don't think he did. I don't think he is. JCap's a dead man. So he should be caught in just a second.
He saw them come on the cross, but did not see them there at that final moment. So he does not know where these players are located right now. He's right up behind one. Inside, Humphrey's going to check his lap. Not going to be able to win the gunfight there. Scump with the BMP versus the L-Car. He's going to win that most of the time. Formal mid-map takes out Apathy. Optic has done a fantastic job of getting the man advantage in these rounds.
Well, Slasher able to win one. A second may push him, try to trade the kill. He's tagged up. Can he get into water? Can he escape? Did he not see him pushing from behind? The flank was coming through. It's going to be all on Slasher now. 1v2. He's got Karma and Scump to deal with. I gotta feel at some point he's going to be shot in the back here by Scump. But you see where bomb is, down on the B site. It doesn't appear that Optic Gaming is aware of where the bomb is. He's able to pick this up. Now, does he plant it quickly, looking like he's waiting for a kill? But, you know, with them pushing towards A, if he tries to plant this, they're going to pick it up. If he actually goes to mid, this might work out perfectly. He's going to find one. Can't win the gunfight. Time dwindling down. He's got to find both. Looks like Karma was cooking a grenade there to push in. He's going to peek. Not enough time really to do much of anything. Peeks out. Scump's ready. But how familiar is this 3-0 lead?
Yeah, right. This is pretty much the same thing we saw in Game 5, the first best of 5, where Optic goes up big. Envy makes the comeback. Optic goes up 3-0 here. See if Envy can start to rattle off some rounds, get some good things going. And Merc was talking about how Apathy's kind of hit and miss on this one. He's 1-3 right now. John 0-3. JCap 0-3 as well. Those three not playing well right now. Slasher at even 3-3, but no, those guys are going to have to come alive. And I think it's really going to depend on whether Apathy shows up or not.
Oh, they want to hit A again. This time there is defense. So let's look at actually from Slasher's POV. Because he's going to be playing this back outside tree, and he's going to be peeking the first one. So he did see one player, probably knows the pressures here. Let's look at the minimap. They decide to rotate quickly. It looks like the 2 and 3, which are going to be Apathy and John, might try to flank pretty early, but it's the lower route not working out for Karma. Slasher able to find the first blood. Can they get around on the board? He might be able to peek Crim here. Will he get behind the tree? There's the peek, gets a shot in, but not going to be quick enough. There's one inside a bunker as well, trying to come through, not able to do it. Going to be a 2v3. Now for the side of Envious. John does have Sniper in hand, but you can see the rotation going to be coming in. A free plant in the books here for Optic Gaming, as long as they get in here quickly.
Yeah, and as soon as JCap checks that corner, they know that the players of Optic Gaming just made a beeline straight for the B bomb site. Trophy's going to get blown up, so they're definitely going to know that Optic's over at B. How does Envy like to push this? And let's see, John going high off this tree.
That is so sick, but he's still got 2 to deal with. What a shot from John. A circus shot. Surely he can't clutch it. Oh, the flick, so close, but can't get it. He's got 30 seconds to work with now, Matt.
Yeah, and he's low on health. The guys on Optic trying to push in. They were able to take John out. Crazy shot he hit on Scump there at first. It does not really matter as Optic Gaming goes up 4-0.
That was disgusting.
That was sick.
He was able to clutch that somehow. I mean, imagine he wins that battle to the RK5, turns and just blames Formal, who's at bridge.
Not really, no.
That's almost impossible, but
yeah.
I would have lost my damn mind. But here we go, 4-0 Optic Gaming. Looking good here to tie this one up. All right.
See what Envy does here. It's a bad spot to change your class as your team is trying to make a push. Just stops right in front of one of the members of Envy, and see, it's going to be a little bit of a slower push. They know they're not going to be able to get the advantage pushing down the B bridge. They're going to play a little bit slower here. Optic, they pretty much just stacking a bomb site and then just waiting to see if they see anyone and just flooding the other as foursome. So seems to be working. They're going to stick with that defensive plan.
The crazy comeback and win might have been too much for Envy. They're just getting pummeled here. Nobody doing much of anything outside of Slasher for this one. They have to get around on the board, try and bring this back, try and tie it up, see what they can do. John's shots look pretty good, but not able to find the kill. There's 2 players to deal with. They just keep peeking and peeking, not able to find it yet. It is 4 up, but John finally going to fall. The bait and switch working out for Crim and Scump in the back. They're down a man yet again. JCap is either going to find a kill or one. Either going over his head or wrapping around the back. He is going to drop now 2v4. Optic playing perfect Redwood, and look at the man on a 4 streak. Make it 5. Crim finds another. Everybody down. The defuse coming in, and this is going to give him the dart.
This has not been close.
No, this is not pretty at all, Matthew.
You know, Envy has not really had a lot of good moments during this search and destroy. I mean, what you
a
had,
lot? You mean any?
Any, really.
Well, the shot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Slasher is 5 and 5. I guess that's like your positive. It's not really even that. Performance from Envy here.
Looks like they're going to play around the dart.
Statistically speaking, there's no way to really disagree with me, but okay.
All right, so dart's going to be coming out from the side of Optic. I don't want to call this one. We've seen 0-5 comebacks. but not typically against a team as talented as Optic Gaming. Let's check the one, which is JCap. No, you don't have it on either of these guys. There's no flak on either. I thought he was actually pushing outside where he might have been able to
Krim
find
is just
kills.
gaining information. I mean, he's just calling these players out to his team. And you see Formal's going to pick up one. Right now, not really trying to get any kills with the dart. Now, as he gets close to these two players over by A, he's going to try and...
Oh, look at the cut. Look at the Maverick.
Oh, he's going to get one.
Ooh, just gets the round.
Oh, not able to stay alive long enough.
Well, now he's just shooting trees.
But it's going to be two players dead for Envy. The 2v4 scenario for Optic Gaming. This one, barring a crazy comeback from Envy, looks like it's over. John picks up one, so he's going to be able to take out Formal. The bomb is going to go down, though. Krim locking down this mid-map in bunker. He's going to fire down some shots and now get aggressive with camo. Knows where the last player is. Apathy in top window. Needs to convert the 1v3 to extend his search and destroy.
He's done. He's done. What can he do? You're under 30 seconds to work with. 1v3, tagged up, passed the back up, and it's Krim who's on a 6 streak. You're not gunning Krim right now, baby. Trying to challenge him. This battle's been going on for the better part of 15 seconds. Krim doing his job. Karma finds the kill, and Optic up 2-0 here in our second best of 5.
Just smart plays from Optic Gaming there. You see, even at the end of the 1v3 scenario, they're just not peeking. Karma locking it down from the left-hand side. You have Krim playing at that big stump in the mid, just locking Apathy in that top window. But, I mean, that game was just a blowout. I mean, that was a slaughtering. There was nothing really even to discuss there. I mean, Envy never really looked like they could compete in that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if it's a dud from Envy or a masterful performance from Optic. Either way, the result is ugly. Optic takes it in a big way. Now up 2-0. Guys, how did Optic just dismantle them on Redwood?
I think it's pretty simple. If you look for one name, it's Crim6. He was on top of the leaderboard. Joe, you were saying he's playing lights out. Crim6 is back here in the grand final.
Well, just when Optic wins, he's doing well. Like, he's that leader. You know, you see them go down 0-2 in the first series. That CTF comes out, and he just takes over. You can see right here, he's just playing perfect search and destroy. Then he finishes 9-2, winning gunfights he shouldn't, and just, you know, he's such a good search and destroy player. In past Call of Duties, he was considered the best.
As soon as we saw it was Redwood, you know, replays, you turned to me and you said, oh, Optic's got this. This is a 2-0 start in the best of 5. Envy's in trouble. What is it about Redwood that Optic is able to just turn in their favor?
I feel like for some reason on this map, they're just such, I guess, experienced. I don't really know what it is, but every time I see them play this map, they play it so well. They play their defenses really well, and I feel like a lot of teams have trouble winning those defenses, like I said, but they didn't seem to have any problems. I think Envy was kind of a little bit over-aggressive while planting the bomb and stuff on their mistakes, but I think overall, Optic is just playing this map like just every time they do it just so perfectly.
The maps we saw Optic win in the previous series, it's when they were playing aggressive, in your face, and that's what they did on this S&D compared to the last two that they lost to Envy. The first couple of rounds, just run at them. Kill them. That's what Krim was doing on the CTF when they dominated. You just keep doing it. It pays off again. Krim completely goes off. You need to have that same sort of confidence. It's going to pay off. Do those aggressive rounds until you lose. They went 6-0. So.
And some of those searches promote like slower styles, like the Fringe. You're going to have your snipers. You're going to have your lane watchers and stuff like that. I feel like Redwood is a map that promotes rushing and promotes those 4-man hits. And that is something when, if you have Optic doing that, I mean, when are they really ever going to lose if they continuously do that and trade the kills effectively?
Yeah, I mean, that's just what we talked about, is that before this map, with Redwood, you can't give up mid-map control. And right off the start, first defensive round from Optic, and they just push that bridge. They do it perfectly. They have Scum sit on the bridge stairs, Krim in on the bomb, and then Karma watching that window, and they just, you know, use that teamwork that they have, use tacticals and grenades, and they just shut it down.
The biggest difference as well is when Envy was going for that B plant, you had multiple players getting picked off. Poor Apathy hit square on the bomb, and next thing you know, 2 of his teammates get taken out. What are you supposed to do in that situation? Just hold your middle map control.
It was such a weird play, though, because we were seeing flawless Call of Duty, I think, the last series. I think all 5 maps were pretty flawless. There was a few mistakes, but those were some mistakes that you don't see a team like Envious or even Optic make, but Envy started making those mistakes, especially when you said Apathy's planting that bomb. I think it was John, right, if I'm correct, was top window stalling off. I think he was fighting Crim6 and Scump in the bottom of the building. He's going back and forth, and then once that bomb, or if Apathy's communicating, that bomb is almost down or it's basically down, run. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He ends up getting picked, and then you see JCap turn the corner middle alley. Why? Sit in the corner, make them come to you. You have the bomb down, they have to run to you, and that was kind of Envious's big mistake that I saw, which led to a couple round losses.
A 6-0 from Optic Gaming in game number 2. They're currently on match point after taking our first hard point. So now we go into uplink. The reverse sweep is required by Envy if they want to be crowned our Orlando champions. Thoughts on the map Fringe here for Game 3?
I mean, when you look at Fringe, Envy dominated Elevate on this. And then on the other side, you know, this is where Optic clutch up versus Rise. You know, they had that comeback. So I think this is a strong map for both teams. It'll be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Getting into the ban and protect, we see just the same sort of style again. And now I sort of ask the question, Envy, it seems to be struggling a bit. Should they try and switch it up? I really don't know if they should at this point. We've seen some really good Call of Duty in the previous series. And this one, though, just getting outclassed. Sort of our predictions for the first series are kind of carrying through to this one. I don't know if they're going to be able to bounce back, though. It's not looking good. They're making bad plays now.
I have to say, Slasher has made an incredible run throughout this tournament. He had the best game on the team in game number 1 for the hard point. The whole squad just kind of let that first hard point slip. I feel like you need some early momentum, but if you're not looking at Slasher, if there's a second guy on this squad, Merc, who's it got to be?
I Reef's point at JCap, but I think it's got to be like John or Apathy. I think one of the Submachine Gun players have to wake up, go on one of those hot streaks that they're known to go on and sort of give that team momentum in the map.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to make some noise. Is Envy still in this one? Are they going to take Game 3? Are we closing out the night right here with Optic Gaming? I think I'm on Optic's side after watching that search and destroy, but anything could happen. The map is moments away. We're going to see how this one unfolds. It's time for your expert predictions before throwing it over to Maven and Mr. X. TP, you're going first.
My brain says Optic, but, you know, I think we're just going to see another reverse sweep again. I don't know. I'm just calling Envy this one.
The heart's going Envy.
I'm going to go Envy. I want to see Game 4.
James?
They went Envy, I have to go Optic.
All right, we're going to see how it all plays out. Matt, Mr. X, and Mr. Maven, take it away.
Thank you very much, Christopher.
I think you forgot your name for a second.
Yeah, he 100% did.
100%.
Can Optic now close it out? Or can Envy pull the reverse sweep? We've seen them do it this weekend. We've seen it happen to them this weekend. Now the opening break here in Uplink. There's been a lot of tight ones here. Krim can't win the first gunfight. We'll swap over to Karma mid-map. Who's able to get control first here?
Well, these two teams resulted in one of the craziest Fringe uplink games we had during
mid-map. Who's able to get control first here?
Well, these two teams resulted in one of the craziest Fringe uplink games we had during Stage 2. If you
Forever
remember,
ago,
this is when
Stage 1.
Yeah, Envy had the lead. Yeah, it was Stage 1 actually. Envy had the lead for a little bit, and then towards the end of the game, maybe 30 seconds left, Optic puts in 4 points right away. And you see it's going to be a pass from Envy trying to get to this back alley area. The only problem is Optic Gaming dominates the kill feed, wipes the floor with Envy. Now they're going to get the drone and move on offense, and you have Karma set up here inside a barn.
Yeah, things open up for Karma to make a play, able to outgun Slasher there. Slasher, I feel like, has to win every single gunfight right now. He hasn't got a whole lot of help. Nice pick, though, coming in from JCap. Can they help Slasher is the question. The team combined for what seemed like, 1 in 42 in the search and destroy. They need
And yeah, nobody wants it. They're trying to get the drone across the lane. You see John making this flank play. Now he's going to come through. He's going to have 2 players right in front of him. Absolutely destroys Karma. Not able to take out Krim. And now JCap trying to move the drone up. Scump there in position. Takes out 2. Nobody there for Envy to back it up. But Envy has done a good job putting a lot of pressure on the Optic side of the map. Not letting Optic get control of Barn. Force spawning them back alley.
And basically every time Optic's getting 3 or 4 down, it's on the defensive side of things, right? It's not turning into points. That's why you're not seeing anything on the board. Optic hasn't really had a good attack to get to this point, except the one that was, I don't know if it was off or intercepted, but that's only really the shot we've seen. Now another one off. There it is. Optic Gaming finally on the board here. 1-0, 2 minutes into the first half here of Game 3.
But Envy has control of mid-map. They have Optic all the way in the back of their base. They just need to win some of these gun engagements and try and force that drone in. And when I say that, it's going to be Krim winning 1. Scub with another. Krim picking up his 2nd kill. Formal with it 1. And that is going to be a 4 dead for Team Envious. And now it's going to be Optic Gaming moving the drone up the map. They're going to go for the 1-point throw over the top of Barn. And they're going to connect with it. So it's going to be Optic Gaming 2-0.
So far, so good. 2-0 lead. Now, maybe for new viewers at home that are watching this first matchup between Optic and Envy in a grand final, talk to me a little bit about your kind of preferred versus not preferred side here on this map specifically for Uplink Fringe. Who do you think has the edge right now?
No, I think Optic has the edge attacking towards that barn side. When you get control of that back barn area on the right side of the map, all the way down tracks, you're able to spawn the opposing team in the back alley over by the bricks, your bottom side of your mini-map. When you do that, you can just keep rallying the drone time and time again, because the other team has to go on the overextension, go all the way to that grandma's, or try and fight it through that mid-map bricks area, try and get control.
Well, Optic picking up kills in front. They've spawned them out back alley, and that is a dunk. 4 on the board. Now they're rotating back. They know the overextension is in, trying to set up and break. Karma stole one for just a second, said, screw it, I'm grabbing the drone, I'm going. Teammates pick it up, his eye around the edge, but can't get it in. He's cut down, but players there to back it up. Formal's got the dunk, Formal's got the streak. Optic Gaming now running away.
Yeah, and Envy is still spawning in that back alley. It's going to be up to Karma to clear out this grandma side of the map. This would be huge kills if Karma can get back towards that mid-map and pick them up. Because now you see Envy kind of swarming on that drone. It's Apathy with 2 kills. Karma has to go big defending the base.
Yeah, he was worried about the overextension, thinking they got all the way in. Now this might be a counter dunk coming in. They're all spawning in the back. Nice job from him to be able to answer back. Can't find the second kill. It's going to be Apathy now left by his lonesome. If he can find 1 or 2 here mid-map, close things down. That's a headshot from distance there with the VMP.
Yeah, but Formal has to burn the Hellstorm missile there. Optic gets control of their base back. But if you're Envy, that's not the worst thing in the world. You get a point, and you make Formal burn that Hellstorm missile. It's a pretty good sequence of events for Envy.
Well, you just saw Scump go over the top. From John's point of view, it's not going to go through, but there's still pressure coming in. Well, there was pressure coming in from Scump for just a second, maybe follow up his own toss, but not able to do so. Ends up being Krim, the only man on the map here for the side of Optic. So let's switch the pressure now coming in from Envy. They're trying to push it through tracks. They have Drone in behind. Slasher, the most forward man, trying to find some kills in the back of the Optic defense setup. That's Formal with the sight, able to find the kill. Let's switch to his point of view as he's trying to lock it down. Trying to work on streaks yet again here. Easy kills for him. Easy going now for Optic if they've got under 30 seconds to try and put more points on the board.
And if you're Optic attacking this barn side, you potentially think about using the Lightning to guarantee yourself a 2-point play here at the end. And trying to go with the RK5, that's not going to work from that distance. The RK5 is very powerful.
Those darn EMPs.
Not cross-map, and it's going to be all on Scump here for Optic Gaming. He's in barn. He's going to get taken out by Apathy. So we should see this go into the half. 6-2. Apathy not in a position to knock down a wall.
Isn't he?
Maybe.
All right,
No,
he's not.
no,
He's not.
He's not.
I thought for a second.
For a second, I thought he was going to bounce off that wall, but he just did not have enough boost to get close to Grandma.
Yeah, nice effort though to try and get one in. So now remember, you said you like the half that Optic was playing, right? So 6-2 advantage, you're up 4. Do you think that's enough, or does Envy rally back? Well, surely we can't see reverse sweep in a grand final. Don't you dare say it out loud.
No, I don't think so.
I already said it out loud.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how Optic has played so far in the second best of 5, and it's really kind of seemed to startle Envy. Envy really has not had an answer for them thus far. But Envy is attacking towards the barn side. They should be able to put up some points whether Optic can weather the storm in their own base and keep control of that back barn area.
Well, Optic trying to work on the flank here with Scump. There's one by White Truck. He hasn't checked it yet. Should in a second. Sees him. Able to find 1 kill. Drone getting forward here, but that's 4 down as Optic cleans up the side of Envy, and now it's their opportunity for a push. You still have the Lightning and the Dart here in the backpack of Formal. This is going to be an opening dunk. You already had to overextend.
They should wait.
That's what 4 down does. Well, they're waiting for basically, well, I was going to go to him, Karma to get set up there at mid-map. He drops immediately, so they're going to have to put it through. Now it's the counter opportunity here for Envy.
Well, they'll be able to pinch because Karma's going to spawn in that back alley. He's going to have a chance to get over towards that back barn area. They just need some of his teammates to pick up kills from the mid-map. They should be able to hold on the defensive end here. And Karma picks up 1. Apathy just goes right in for 2. Optic did not get all the way into that back barn area. They were fighting like in that side barn area, you know, by a White Truck. They just were not able to get all the way into the back of their own base to clear it out.
Nice counter there from Envy. It's going to keep them alive in this one, but they got a player in the back of their base. The problem here for Envy, you've got Formal set up out back where you're supposed to play defense from. Not able to get to the edge though is Optic. Envy still having a chance in this one. Karma's forward. He's going to get cut down. Everyone dropping for the side of Optic Gaming. And now the offense going to develop yet again for the side of Envy. Are they able to do it? Heat Wave in tow. You've got 3 specialist abilities to work with now as they're going to move on forward. John able to find the kill. Actually, the assist coming through. JCap now looking for the score. He's got camo. Is there a Heat Wave from Karma to counter this? Does he have Heat Wave? He doesn't have it available. And there's the dunk, and there's the turn. Not able to do it, but they're right back in this one, trailing by 2.
Yeah, Karma does not have Heat Wave. Goes for the body block in that scenario. Just misses it by an inch. Able to take out player putting in the score at the end. But Envy has closed the gap like we expected. So this map, when you go towards that barn side, you can keep control of that. You're really focusing on your AR players, how they play. You can put up lots of points. And now we see Optic with another chance to put some points going down tracks. And Formal's just going to slide out. I don't know if I like that play, Maven. I think you need to wait for some teammates to pick up some kills in the back. Just kind of dangerously goes around the corner. Nobody's set up.
How does this happen? How did they just get a point there?
I don't know. That's something you can't let happen.
There's 2 left. I think 3 up on defense for Envy, and they let that go through. Can't allow it, but you still have 2.5 to work with, only trailing by 3, and it looks like Slasher mid-map going to be trying to make plays around the drone. He's able to grab it. He has one player, Apathy. Kind of, where's that being set up? Kind of a fence is there, but he's going to drop.
Okay, so what I don't understand there is a play that I think Envy could have made differently. When Slasher picks up the drone, just go for that 1-point throw over the top of barn and force the players from Optic Gaming to leave that back barn area, which they're locking down right now, and play more towards the middle of the map. That's how Envy's going to get control. They can't just keep trying to throw the drone forward and get control that way. They need to force the guys of Optic Gaming to play more towards the middle of the map.
Well, Krim goes with Camo, just wants to get into Granny safely, wrap around the back. The lightning comes in. The dunk should be here. Optic now extends the lead to 5. They want to close it out here. No game 4 in this second best of 5. They're looking poised to do so. They have drone in hand again. Formal just tosses it forward. It's going to go to Krim. Same route. 3 down. Should be yet another dunk. There it is. They're putting on the damage now. Is Optic so close. 90 seconds away from taking this.
Yeah, and Envy just has not been able to get control of their own base. They're trying to overextend towards the middle of the map.
This is ugly.
And it is not working well. Not working at all. And you see Slasher trying to fight from the Optic side of the map with his sight. He's going to get one. Envy's going to get drone control. Now, all Optic needs to do is just rotate to the back of their base. It's okay if they give up some points here. They have a big cushion. They just cannot get spawn trapped.
Oh, JCap. Sneak through, able to get 2. That's huge. You have 60 seconds left, and you've got to make up 7 points. Where are these 7 going to come from? It's Slasher mid-map. The rest of his team is dropping. It's only John now, and at this point, you can just play keep away if you'd like. Optics grab the drone. They're pushing it forward. There's the 15-second reset. This is done. This is done.
It's almost virtually impossible. Envy would have to go on a crazy streak of scores here in the final seconds, and even then they may not have enough time. And Karma playing pretty well in the objective game modes. Games 3 and 4, he has really showed up for Optic Gaming, making some clutch plays.
You have an insane reverse sweep in the first best of 5. Absolutely outrageous stuff. And now Optic firmly taking control. 20 seconds left, and this is done. John doing all he can, but there's just simply not enough time. The second best of 5 is going to be a big 3-0 for the green wall.
Yeah, Optic Gaming comes out, completely dominates here on Fringe uplink. It was never really close. The search and destroy was a blowout, so was the uplink.
And that is it. 1 second left. It ticks away. And there you have it. Optic Gaming are your MLG Orlando 2016 champions. All right, get the shot now on the guys. Class acts. I mean, I know this hurts for the side of Envy, obviously. You think you have it. You push you to a best of 5. Now, let's actually think about this Optic side. I know the squad may be a little bit different, but back in Advanced Warfare, twice they came back on the 2 best of 5s. It was Advanced Warfare Columbus, and then also at Season 3. Here they get it done. You see the boys with the trophy, smiles on their faces. That's back-to-back MLG trophies for the Optic Gaming squad.
Yeah, and they have really proved themselves to be the best team in Black Ops 3. A lot of times, you know, they kind of look like they are beatable, but right there in that second best of 5, they just showed you how well they can be.
Well, make some noise for these 4. What an epic performance. You had Karma clutching, the slaying coming in from Scump, Krim doing everything he can in search and destroy. You saw the snipes from Formal throughout. Impressive, impressive stuff.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, that second best of 5, they probably did not expect to go there, but they take care of business with ease.
All right, well, now we have Big Jack on the floor with Optic. Take it away, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are down on the floor with your MLG Orlando champions, Optic Gaming. Give it up for them. Much deserved, much deserved. Now, I got to talk to you, Scump, on this one, because another time at an MLG Open event, you guys have a very testing and grueling finals. Back at MLG Anaheim, it's a reverse sweep all the way to Game 5. This time around, you almost get the reverse sweep. Envy clutches up to force a second series, but you guys just look like different beasts. What was the difference between Series 1 and Series 2?
Series 1, I feel like the first 2 maps that we lost against them, it was the same as Rise. Like, seriously, exact same situation. I feel like we played the map perfectly, and then at the very end of the game, we just made small mistakes. And then in SND as well, our situational plays, we gave up like 2 4v2s, which is unacceptable when you're playing a team like Envy. It's just, we started to clutch up again, and we started to really minimize our small mistakes in the second series.
Now, everyone remembers back at stage 2, not the performance you guys wanted to get, but you were your own biggest critics. You all went on Twitter, you said, we have to practice. We need to put in the time, and boy, oh boy, did you. I saw every single night the scrims coming in. How much more prepared did you feel for this event? Is this one of the most prepared you felt for any event in Black Ops 3?
Oh yeah, it was actually insane. I don't think I've ever scrimmed that much in my life. We didn't miss a day for like 2 full weeks, and I mean, it really showed. Our respawn game was incredible, even on our weak maps. You know, Fringe Hardpoint was one of them. We won that against Elevate in Winners Finals, so we really capitalized on our practice schedule and routine, and I think that really helped us out here.
Now, you're 1 month away, less than that now, from Call of Duty XP. Your teammates, most of them champions, but now you and obviously Formal still seeking that big ring. It's everything that's on everyone's mind. Is this the year it finally happens? Because I vividly remember MLG Worlds, October of 2015. I asked Krim, I said, with next year Black Ops 3, what do you want to tell the competition? He said, watch out. You're now back on top. Is anything going to change heading into that event? Any words for your competition?
I mean, it's going to be a great event. We're going to keep up the practice routine and the schedule definitely because, I mean, it showed here that it really helped us out. I don't have anything to say to the competition. I just be ready. Let's go.
Oh, Scump's ready for it, guys. I do have to say we have one more award to give away. This is your Control Freak MVP. Oh, gosh. Look at the size of this one. It's going to Karma. Hoist that trophy up, my friend. Much deserving. Karma earned this throughout the weekend for his incredible clutch plays that he made, unlike any other. Guys, I'm going to step out. Go ahead, hoist your trophies. Optic Gaming, your MLG Orlando champions.
And there we go. Optic Gaming will be crowned your Orlando champions. And what a tournament this was. 106 teams, but only one raising the trophy. And it's the same squad that won Anaheim. We had a new competitor, though, in the grand finals. And I think this is just a taste of what's to come at COD XP. We're going to see Envy taking their game to the next level. This is definitely the best Envy I have seen at an MLG event. How much better can they get in the next 3 weeks, Merc?
I think a lot better. I mean, I think they're hitting their peak, but I think something they still have to work on a little bit is that search and destroy game. Yeah, they won 2 in that first series, but there's times really where JCap and Apathy just don't seem to be there. Without Slasher in that game 5, I don't know if they're able to take it.
I think they. I think right now what MVS is lacking in search and destroy is maybe a play caller or having plays to call. Does that make any sense? I think they matched up pretty well with Optic in those search and destroys because Optic is a slower paced search and destroy team, so that kind of matches with them. But you didn't really see too much like play calls from watching them. They weren't doing 4-man rushes too often. It looked like they were playing kind of split for those picks. They were relying on John to get some of those snipes, but when you're playing against a guy like Formal, it's not the easiest thing to do. So that's definitely something they should work on going forward.
We'll have to keep our eye on Envy, but tonight it's all about Optic Gaming. They're walking away with the top prize in our $100,000 tournament. They take it in the second best of 5 in 3 straight games, getting revenge from the first set. And man, this looked pretty dominant, starting with that search and destroyed the 6-0. And then just when you thought Envy might be within grasp of coming back and reverse sweeping, Optic Gaming shut down their hopes and dreams, and it was a full team performance, Keith.
Yeah, just every single player on Optic really had their moments throughout, and you know, Karma with that AR in the hard points was the most impressive thing for me. I feel like he hasn't had a super standout tournament like he had in this one. I think there's at least 3 or 4 times in a row we saw him drop a 40 in hard point along with Formal. So the fact that he's able to step up when the SMG pressure isn't quite there, it's impressive to say the least.
And there you see how the money broke down. It's Optic Gaming at the top, walking away with another 40 grand in their pocket. Envious is going to bank 24K. Elevate top 3 at back-to-back MLG events will finish in with 16,000. And then you're going to see FaZe Clan, their second time at MLG, finishing in 4th place after an impressive losers bracket run. But that is a very tough-looking top 8 props to Cloud9 who fought their way all the way through the open bracket to finish there in the 8th place. I think this is another young squad that we should be looking out for. Before we close the show, I want to ask you guys, we have 3 weeks before the biggest tournament of the year in Black Ops 3. Outside of Optic and Envy, who are we keeping our eyes on?
Oh, man, I'm going to take the safe pick on this one and see if Rise can get back to the top. We saw glimpses of them being back at this tournament, but still not that same octane that we're used to seeing. See if they can bounce back.
For me, I want to see a team from Europe. For me, I'm looking at either Millennium or Splice, really. I mean, Infuse is a good team as well, but I think those two teams match up very well with NA teams. I would love to see a European team crack into that top 3 at Call of Duty XP.
Replay's Denial wasn't a favorite last year, and you guys were able to storm your way to the championship. Is there another team that you're keeping your eye on that might be able to do the same thing?
From the North American side, probably Rise. Keep your eye on FaZe, but right now it looks like Rise is probably a little bit more promising than them. It really depends on how teams really prepare for this event. My biggest thing is a lot of teams don't prepare the correct way going into a lot of events. You have the biggest event of the year. Maybe they were kind of just being lazy because it's not that important, and now everything's on the line, but we'll see. I'm also a big European team fan as well. I think I want to see Splice. I think that's the team to watch out. I totally agree. I think they match up against North American teams really, really well. They've beaten a few of them. I think they've taken out Rise and FaZe, I'm sorry. So they definitely have taken out some North American giant teams. And I don't know. I mean, I've been saying, it sounds crazy, but I definitely do see a European team top 3 at this XP, as wild as that sounds.
You're calling Europe top 3. We'll
Yes.
see if Australia will be in the top 6 once again.
Yes.
XP just a few weeks away, and we want you all to join us then. For now, we want to sign off. Thank you all for tuning in throughout the week, and a big round of applause to everyone here in Orlando for coming out. This was a hell of a tournament. We'll see you soon, and if you missed anything this weekend, don't worry. We got you covered thanks to Snapchat, Facebook Live, and Twitter.
Guys, we're at MLG Orlando right now.
First event, having a great time watching all the pros play.
This is my brother right here.
Yeah, we look exactly like.
Yo, taking over the MLG Snapchat guys, gonna be snapping all day. They're not as hyped as I am.
Am I going to beat you in fantasy football again this year?
If you're in the area, you can use this sick MLG geotag.
If you want to be a professional gamer, you have to practice daily and eat your banana.
I'm Kanye West for day. I don't think I can say it.
I beat him last year. He can't prove it. We're on Facebook Live.
Yo, what's good? King B is back. Oh, I've been exposed.
Has him in his sights. Crim 6 with 2. Now looking for a third game.